Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cha Cha Mystique, and you now tune into Live at Radio. This week, we have something real special for you guys. Another musical interview by a very dope songstress, Ariel Reign, definitely in the building. This is definitely an interview, a showcase, a beautiful work of art of talent you definitely don't want to miss. So go get your snacks. Go get them something to sip on, something to smoke on, and we be right back with it though. And I hear them say, and I hear them say, and I hear them say, I hear them say, and I hear them say. Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So strike us, no strike me. Yeah, strikers don't strike me with your hating asses because I know how y'all be doing. But we're going to switch up the vibe and have a very, very dope time with the one and only Ariel Reign in the building.
Hey
Yes.
y'all, how y'all doing?
Hi. Isn't
Hi,
she
how you
lovely
doing?
though? Like she's so beautiful and things. Yeah, yeah,
Thank
just a ray of
you.
sunshine. Yes.
Thank
Yes. Ariel
you.
Reign, you have a new project out. The new project.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me show everybody the new project. Almost there.
Oh my
Is
God,
on
there it
all
is,
streaming.
y'all.
Yes, there it is. Don't she look like an angel? Got the yellow all in the background, very creative. You know, that solar plex energy. So that's what we bring in. We bringing the vibes to you. So it's out everywhere. You can listen it to all streaming platforms as well as YouTube and catch a vibe. Yes.
Yes.
So what do you mean by almost there?
Almost there is about having arrived and not being perfect. Having arrived and still having to put pieces together, having arrived and being a complete mess, but also completely elevated at the same time. Almost there is about the paradox of things and how you can be two things simultaneously at once. Like you can be both. You can
Yes.
be on top of the world and still going through it sometimes. And people
Yes.
try to put on like they're perfect and put on like they have it all together. And I'm not saying that some people don't. Some people might actually be convinced of that. But I've met 60-year-olds who can't control their anger. Like they're still working that thing out. Accomplished, kids, grandkids, all those different things. So almost there is just an ode to the journey and appreciating the journey first so that you can appreciate the destination. You can't celebrate now, you won't be able to celebrate later. So
Yes,
that's what the album is
that's a
about.
whole fact. And you know what? Something that really stood out to me that you just finished saying, like people could be old, like a lot of people get caught up in their pride, so they feel like there's no room to grow. And
Yeah.
even though you may have all these things and accomplish so much, there's still that room for improvement. There's still that room for elevation. And I really think people need to get that. Hell yeah. But before we talk more about the new project and everything like that, where you from?
I'm from Chicago originally, but I live in Memphis now, and I've lived in Memphis for about a year and some change. So that's where
Oh,
I'm from.
Memphis. That's big blues, big soul, big R&B, and so is Detroit. So how does that, inspire your music? I mean, I could hear how, but I would like to hear you explain that. And what was your biggest influences living in those towns?
So Memphis has inspired me to go harder in cultivating my voice. Like, this is the city of voices. Like, you have somebody who doesn't eat right, who ain't ran on the treadmill, who could just sing. You know what I mean? Just cornbread fed singers down here. And just appreciating music history. And I don't know. There's just something about Memphis and the energy and the music that's everywhere. Grandmama and them do the music. The young people do the music. It's just everything is about music, especially even on Bill Street. So that's how I started out. I started out doing like 5 nights a week on Bill Street, constantly hustling, constantly singing. And then back home, Chicago, there's so many different cultures of people, and so many different stories that you can hear from people. And so I feel like back home really cultivated the poet in me and the storytelling in me. But as I moved around, I would hear these people's stories and listen to the way that they approach songs. And it just adds to you. Like, I've become a student of everywhere that I've been. And I feel like it's affected me greatly in the best way.
Yes, and I love that. Now, this is a musical interview. One of the things that you just finished talking about when you was talking about Memphis was how it was basically training your voice. So, can you first give us a sound of what you think you sound like before Memphis? And can you show us the octave change you feel like it brought to your vocal elevation?
Can I show you what I sounded like
I
before I
mean,
came
can
to
you let us
Memphis?
hear it? I mean, not, of course you
What I
can't show
used to
us, but
sound like? I don't know. I would have to go back and listen myself. Like, I remember I released my first single ever. It's not available anymore, but it was called Woman, and it goes like, oh my gosh, y'all, it's been so long. I forgot how my own song started. Could I play it? Oh my goodness.
I don't want to get
Um
no copyright strike. I don't know.
oh, okay, I feel
Because you
you.
probably registered the song. I'm pretty sure you did. So,
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you can play a little bit to remind you.
yeah, I don't
That'll be
think it would do it for Woman. Woman isn't anywhere anymore at all.
okay. So go ahead. Let's see how it sounds.
Yeah, it's nowhere. I took it down.
Yeah, because I don't want no
Okay.
smoke. Like, YouTube, they don't be playing. And it
Right.
sucks because especially when I have the artists on the show, I want to play their stuff. So
oh, beauty is her middle name. She's not keen to the game though.
yeah.
Cause she plays her music a little too loud. She likes the energy she feels from the crowd. Don't play too small cause she's too big. And this woman is
Yeah.
So I'll stop that for chorus.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like when I was back home, I was surrounded by a lot of rappers. My older brother is a rapper, and I started out in church. So I started out doing prophetic worship, and it allowed me to kind of flow in a very poetic way over instrumentals, or I would just go up to the mic and spit how I felt. Even though I still do that, since I'm down south, there's a lot more like ruggedness, a lot more soul. So like if I was like, looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. Do, 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 do. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Ooh, before the day I met you. It's like when you're down south, you take your time you're not in a rush. And that's what, small town living has taught me, to take your time and really give yourself a chance to grow and not move so fast. So I feel like that's like the biggest change that I've encountered. But anything I ever did changed my voice. After I did American Idol, that changed my voice. Then becoming a solo artist, that changed my voice. It all
Yeah, so
happened.
we're going to talk about that too. But I get that. So, you and people don't recognize that, because what I notice about music, they like forcing ideas or rushing their words to come out. And I guess the Southern inspired you to really take your time and really hit those beats and melodies and be in pocket with it. You remind me of like a new, more eclectic Billie Holiday. You have that twang in your voice that she had too. Like I hear that in there. So what was like
Mhm.
the earliest artist that inspired and shaped your career? Who
The
is your
earliest
muse?
artist,
Yes.
the earliest, it was 2006 BET Awards. And Beyonce came out in a full silver fit with that big old afro and did Deja Vu. And when she hit the floor and kicked her feet, I said, you know what? I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. I just knew. Once
So
I
I
saw
figured that
Beyonce do
you're a
that.
big Beyonce fan. She got the tour now. So can you sing
Mhm.
to us one of your favorite Beyonce songs?
My favorite Beyonce song. Um, Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Then in the light of your halo, I've got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's a risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Oh, baby, I can see your halo. You know it won't fade away. Halo, halo, I can see your halo. Halo, see your halo. Halo, halo, halo. I haven't sang that since I was like 12.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. Yeah. But I know you was listening to, I mean, especially living in Chicago. So,
Mm-hmm.
every black household, they got the cleaning day is on Saturday behind some music. Well, it should
Mm-hmm.
be. What was some of the artists growing up that your mom and all of that used to listen to that shaped your sound as well?
My dad is an old head. So I got to listen to music from the 50s all the way to like the early 2000s. So I was in the house. Papa was a rolling stone. Dun, 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 dun. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left me was alone. Or what's another one my daddy used to play all the time? Oh, with all my heart, I love you, baby.
Get
Stay
it!
with me, and you will see my arms will hold you, baby. Never leave, 'cause, baby, I believe I'm in love. Sweet love, hear you calling out my name, and I feel no shame. I'm in love. My dad would play it all.
Yes,
Run back
sweet
to that.
love. Get it.
Get it, Cha
Yes.
Cha.
And I love me some Anita Baker. Are you kidding me? So I'm kind of glad
Mm-hmm.
you my spirit animal. Like, yes.
Yeah.
And you know what I noticed too? Even just by
What?
like your delivery and even with the minimum story you telling me about you, it seems like, you've been around a lot of masculine energy, great ones, but yet still masculine. How was you able to
Mm-hmm.
find your voice and balance that out with your sultry femininity, because you give that sultry finesse, you know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
sing, I'm looking at your performances, it's very feminine, very mature, like how you said you was adulting. Yeah, you be adulting in your performance. So how was you able to balance that out and find your voice within all that masculine energy?
Well, first, I just want to say I thank God for proper mentorship. Um, I grew up as like the only girl, and I have an amazing pastor, an amazing mother, an amazing grandmothers, amazing aunts. I was always able to learn from them. I feel like as Black women, we can struggle to put the strong Black woman down. Um, and I've really fought really hard to remain feminine, but also remain strong at the same time. Like, I am a true believer that when you truly have trust and you truly have faith, you can find the balance between those two. And so, even though I'm very much like my father, I have so many attributes of my mother. And it works, especially being an artist, when you have to be in business meetings and you have to stand firm and you have to be direct. But also when I'm able to go out and I'm able to speak to you or speak to fans or mentor children, or you know what I'm saying? I like to pet goats at the farm, and I'll get out there and play
Me
football
too.
too. It's a fine balance. So really his grace, and I feel like anything that you're searching for is also searching for you. So you'll find it. It'll come to you if you keep your
Yeah.
energy right.
Yeah. So what was the moment that you was like, I'm gonna be a singer, parents? Mom, dad, I'm a singer. What was that moment, and what was the first song that you sung to out your career?
I knew I was going to be a singer when I was a little girl. I was born with hearing loss in both ears, so I wear hearing aids in both ears. And the doctor said I'd never be able to talk, never be able to speak. My mom said when I was 8 months old that I pulled myself up on my crib and I sang the lullaby she would sing me every night back to her. And so I started singing before I could speak. And I became a praise and worship leader at 8 years old. So I got up in front of the church and would just do prophetic worship, gospel music. And by the time I went to high school, I was 15 years old, and I sang "A Change Is Gonna Come" in front of my whole school for the Black History program at 15.
Oh, we
And when
gotta
I
hear
look,
that. We gotta hear that. No, we not. I don't even want to talk no more. I want to hear that. Yes.
okay, I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there, no, beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Yes, you about to have me catch the Holy Ghost. I was about to hear getting my stomp on. Like, yes, because ain't no way you brought up him and we wasn't gonna go through that song. Oh no, ain't no way.
Yes.
So that's good that and I think that's missing in a lot of the music. I was just having this conversation with another artist as well. I think she's a part of your camp, and
Okay.
we were talking about gospel, and like, do you feel like it's changing the I don't know, the sound of R&B? Because a lot of R&B singers, even the ones in the 90s, and even like if you listen to Fantasia and some things, like every R&B singer had that gospel range, and
Yeah.
they all did interviews and were all asked, where do you get your beautiful voice from? And everybody used to be like, the church, the church, the
Yep.
church. And because the church is not as prominent as it was in the Black community, like how it once was, I'm not saying it's totally gone, but I
Right.
don't think the new age singers were part of the church choir at some point in their lives. I just think,
Yep.
they so do you feel like that's true? Like, do you hear the churchy music being prominent in today's R&B? Let me know what you feel about that.
I will say this. I feel like CCM is more prominent than that old school gospel. And the best singers come from church, period. Like, I'm gonna say this to the day I die. Balm and Gilead is an R&B song. Balm and Gilead by Karen Clark Sheard, I feel like it's R&B song. Like that beat that's behind it. And I do think that the lack of church does affect a lot of artists, even just socially. Like you see like a lot of artists dealing with like a lot of anxiety and depression and don't really know how to speak to people. And when you're in church, you learn how to do that. You learn how to be uncomfortable. You learn how to be put on the spot. You learn how to respect your elders. You learn how to work with other children better. It's an environment where it's more community, so it's not just like school. So I do think that having a gospel background or a church background is very pivotal to building you, just on that note, right? And then when you look at it spiritually, you know we are spirit, and when you spend time in that, and God is able to add to you and cultivate you, that does something. You don't have to be the best in order to reach people. And I always tell people this, like, the best chefs don't open restaurants. People that open restaurants.
I like that. I do.
And so if you apply yourself and you show up and you be consistent, I'll never forget when I was in college. And then I'll get off the topic because I could talk about this forever. When I was in
Yeah,
college,
go ahead,
I
do your
had
thing.
I had a professor of anthropology. He was a doctor. I'm not gonna say his name, just out of respect. And he was like, "Yeah, you guys have a test tomorrow. It's easy." And everybody in the class was, grumbling like, "It's easy for you because you're so smart. You're a doctor. You got a doctorate." He's like, "I'm not smarter than anybody. I just kept going where other people stopped." And I was like, "That's so pivotal." Because when you see somebody at the top, you assume they're the best. But no, they just kept showing up where other people didn't. And that's how you win.
Amen.
Period. And that's what church will do for you. You keep on showing up and you keep on investing that time, and you learn and you get your character cultivated, it reaches people. You have something to talk about.
That's a whole fact. Like, you can't argue with that. But you did mention a song. What you said, Gilly who? Who? What's the song again?
Balm and Gilead, ain't no way I'm singing
Balmy
Balm
and
and
Gilead.
Gilead.
I'm probably saying it all fucked up. But we got, oh damn it, I'm cursing. That's a gospel song. I don't strike me down, Jesus. Please, not today. I got shit to do tomorrow. Oops, I fucked up again.
Oh
God
my
damn it.
goodness.
Well, save me. Can we hear some of the wait, say that again?
Balm and Gilead.
Balm and Gilead. Can we
Ain't
please
no
get
Balm and
some of that?
Gilead is something you listen to. Okay. What is a there is a balm in Gilead. There is a balm in Gilead. Oh, 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 Jesus is a balm in Gilead. He's a healer. Jesus is a balm in Gilead. Oh, 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 oh. Jesus is a balm. Jesus is a bomb man. There we go. That part. Yeah. Jesus is a bomb man. Yes, he is a bomb man. Yes, Jesus is a bomb man. Jesus is a bomb man. Jesus is a bomb man. It's a choir song. Yeah, Jesus is a bomb man. Y'all gotta listen to Bomb and Gilead. Yes, it's a
Jesus
full blown
is
choir.
a ball, man. You got, let's get it. Let's get it. Yes. You about to have me catch the whole Holy Ghost in
You are
here.
so funny.
I don't mind a little church on a Thursday. I think we all need a little saving, especially how the
Yes.
world is today. But let's get back on topic. All about
Mhm.
you. So you always been a singer. You always knew that this is something that you wanted to do. So how did you even
Always.
get to American Idol?
So, American Idol happened because I was on Instagram and I got a comment like, "Hey, check your DMs. I have a TV opportunity for you." And I'm like, "Is this spam?" And so I go to my DMs and they're like, "Hey, we want you to be on American Idol. We want to give you a VIP audition." And so I looked up the person's name and sure enough, they were a casting producer for American Idol. And so I went downtown Chicago and I did like that first like audition like in front of the producers. And then they were like, "Okay, we want you to audition for the actual judges." And so I went to Detroit, Michigan is
Wait,
where
time
I
out, time out,
auditioned.
time out, time out. Before you move forward, what was the song that had them calling you back for the second time?
The song that I sang, you know what's funny?
You don't remember.
No, that's not
Girl, do
funny.
you smoke weed? Nah, go
I don't
ahead.
smoke weed at all, actually. I'm high off life. I don't need it.
Okay.
I sang them a Christmas song in the middle of July.
Christmas in July. That's the thing.
And so I sang them Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And when I got done, one of the producers looked at me and they said, "Don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever sing a Christmas song in the middle of the summer. Why would I want to think about Christmas?" He was like, "You have an amazing voice though, so please sing something else." That's
So
what he
can we
said.
hear what that Christmas song was?
Mhm. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Oh, here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough. And baby, have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Yes, I know that's going to be my Christmas promo. That's going to be my Christmas social media greeting card, you guys. Yes, I had
Period. I
to
sang
get
that for
that.
American Idol, okay?
Yes, and it was good enough for American Idol for them to call you back a second time, even though they was complaining. Like, why are you complaining?
Yes.
Just take the motherfucking song. You can hear that I sing. That's it.
I was
That's it.
feeling festive. I was happy. What you want me to?
Yeah, bringing the
That was
little
Merry
Utah
Christmas.
shit. How
I
dare
do have a
them?
Christmas album. I have a Christmas album on Bandcamp.
Okay. Yeah, and on Bandcamp. So everybody go to Bandcamp. Do you know your
Mm.
fucking family members be coming over? Put on some Ariel Reign Christmas and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right, so
Yep.
you then move forward to the second. So tell us what happened.
So you said, wait, say that again. I missed it.
Oh, so they moved you to the second phase. They wanted you to come back. You can hear me?
Yes, I can. Hmm.
Okay, so they wanted you to come back. Now, what happened at the second time around, the second audition?
So I sang for the celebrity judges. I sang my song, and Lionel Richie stood up and he clapped for me. And I was just like, it was so surreal. Like when I opened my eyes, I don't even think I closed my eyes. I just couldn't see the whole time I was singing. I literally couldn't see. It was time to eat. Okay, so I sang my song, and Lionel Richie stood up and he clapped for me, and he gave me a hug, and he said, "No matter what you do, whether it's here or not even on here, you're gonna go far." He's like, you have that thing that you can't teach. You have something that's not teachable. It's just something that you have to have. He was like, the way that you arranged it, the way that you sang the song, the way that you did it. He's like, I just know you're gonna go so far. Like, congratulations to you. And so,
Yes, shout out to Lionel Richie. I know that was like so for, and even when you were singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, I heard Billy. I hear Billy. You remind me so much of Billie Holiday. Like that. I don't know, the way you bring out the words, the way you carry the note. I love it so
mm-hmm.
much. What was the song that had Lionel Richie step out his Jerry curl and give you a standing ovation? Tell us what it was.
That is so funny. Oh my God. You just say he stepped out his Jerry
He got,
curl.
he had the
Lord.
Jerry curl mullet. He had the he still got that shit. He tried to modernize it, but we all know it's a mullet. We all know that shit is Jerry curl. That shit is activated. Activated. I could see all the greasy pillowcases. I could smell it.
Oh
People on the phone.
my
Oh,
God.
that's too much. I'm sorry, but
I'm
yeah.
so
What
in
was
love.
the
I love Lionel Richie so much. That is so funny to me. I sang "I'm Going Down" by Mary J. Blige.
Okay? Can we hear a little sunshine?
Yeah, you got me singing tonight. You got me
I
working. I feel like
told
I'm
you it
back
was a
on Bill
musical
Street.
interview, girl.
Yes, I'm gonna do it my version. I don't want to be too
So
loud in the
but
mic.
you don't have to
All
do the whole thing. Just give us a little.
right. Time on my hands since you've been away, boy. I ain't got no plans. No, 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 no. And the sound of the rain against my window pane, slowly, slowly driving me insane. Oh boy, I'm going down. I'm going down. Cause you ain't around, baby. My whole world's upside down. Sleep, don't come easy.
Yes. Oh, I ain't gonna let you
Boy,
do the
please
whole
believe
thing. Oh,
me.
okay, let me shut up.
Since you've been gone, everything's going wrong. Hey, why'd you have to say goodbye? Look what you done to me. I can't stop these tears falling from my eyes. Oh, baby, I'm going down. I'm going down.
Going down.
Since you ain't around, baby, my whole world's upside down.
Now that was hella different. The way you arrange the song, I can see what he's talking about, because you
Mm-hmm.
brought your own flavor to it. Usually when you hear singers sing it, they sing it just like Mary J, or they sing it just like Aretha.
Right.
Yeah. So, you never hear somebody step out the box and do it different. So yeah, I see definitely what he's talking about. So, you met Lionel Richie, then what happened?
So after that, well, I met Katy Perry and Luke Bryan too. And the funny part is that when I first walked in, I was like, oh my God, I'm so starstruck because I loved Katy Perry. I don't know who didn't have a Katy Perry phase. And Luke Bryan was like, well, thank you very much. I'm so glad you're a fan. And then Katy was like, hey, Ariel, name 3 of Luke Bryan's songs. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know. any of your songs. Let's say I'm a black girl from Chicago. We don't listen to country music.
We don't listen to that bullshit. You should have said it just like that. We don't listen to that bullshit for
Oh
that.
no! And so I ended up going to Hollywood Week. And after I'm sorry, this was some years ago. Hold on. It's been a while. I ended up going to Hollywood Week, and it was the most magical time of my life. I was top 166 out of 20,000 people that auditioned. And I think I was there for like 4 days. I ended up getting eliminated during Hollywood Week. And I made the best connections. And just to be around that many people that love music, that love to sing, who invest in their craft. And I was really disappointed that I was eliminated. I was really heartbroken because it was shocking. I thought about doing it my whole life. And like you can think you're ready for something. And I just wasn't ready at the time, to be honest. I didn't know I wasn't ready. And when I got home, that's when I wrote like one of my best songs. And it was So Close, which is like one of the lead singles off the album that y'all can hear now, almost there. And it was about not giving up on yourself in the face of disappointment, not giving up on yourself when you feel like you failed. And it taught me humility, it taught me grace, and it taught me to go harder in music and put all your eggs in that basket. So, yeah.
Yes. I'm glad you got that perspective because a lot of people would have been salty. But why do you feel like you got eliminated? What do you feel like was the reason?
Um, it was one of those things of this is going to sound strange, but have you ever been faced with a situation in your life where you're too afraid to try your best? Because if you did your best and it didn't work, how devastating would that have been?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
talked yourself. You tricked yourself out your spot.
Totally. I like and I didn't realize it
Did
at the
you? Was it
time.
because you felt intimidated by the other singers?
No. Maybe more so the lights, to be honest. The lights. I think back at that time, I wasn't even going by like my artist name, like Ariel Reign. I wasn't even there yet. I was using my full government name, and I was still the young girl that sang at church. I was still, um, when you decide to do music and music was an outlet for you, you have to decide if you want it to be work because that's what it becomes. Like it goes from being a hobby to being a career. It's a pivotal moment there. That's with any art. Like when somebody first starts out painting, it's because it's fun and it's an outlet. But then you're painting. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that's like a big decision to transition it over. Like I'm not just singing in high school or just starting a college band. This is TV. This is lights. This is acting. This is being ready. This is having an 18-hour day, getting 2 hours of sleep and getting back up and doing it again. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My mic was off. The reason why, what you were seeing me doing in the background, that reminds me of the Nelson Mandela speech.
Mm-hmm.
About can I want to read it for the crowd. Hold on.
Okay. Hey crowd, how y'all doing?
Oh, somebody hit my cash app. Hold up. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah. So
My
I kind of
favorite
want
quote.
to read it because I think, it's important because We just finished talking about the imposter syndrome, how you know what you're capable of doing, but you're not really going the distance because you
Yeah.
were, I guess, afraid of the lights. And for me, that's symbolic to the success of shining bright.
Mm.
So I think this is a perfect time for me to say this little poem, and I think you appreciate it because you are a poetic your damn self. But and for those that are listening, maybe this will serve as inspiration for those who are self-doubting, who are tricking themselves out of their spot out of fear of success or fearing the unknown of the next chapter of your life. And I think this is very appropriate to say it, you know. So it goes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond our measure. It is
Yeah.
our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's
Yeah.
nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are
Mm.
liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's Nelson Mandela inaugural speech that he said in 1994. Yes, and I think that was very appropriate and great timing because you was talking about your struggles dealing with that fear of success, fear of shining so bright, and which may be the reason why you didn't move to the next round in American Idol. But even
Mm.
though you didn't um, elevate from the Hollywood, what, and I know you said you was networking and stuff like that, but what was the most beautiful thing that you took from that experience that
The
you
most
still
beautiful
carried it to
thing.
this day?
So it was, we were done filming and we had rehearsal rooms. And 10 of us randomly just ended up in this room. I don't know if we were looking for solace. It was a long day. And one young man was at the piano, and we had like two or three mics, and nobody sat at the mic. We all sat on the floor and we sang gospel songs for an hour. And we praised and we worshiped God. We worshiped God so good in that room that maybe 3 to 5 other people came and joined us, and they just sat on the ground and they just meditated. And we were able to get all the fear, worry, anxiety, being far away from home, just the excitement of it. Like we we brought that beauty to ourselves. And I guess after I got eliminated, I had like my suitcase and stuff and I was about to go. And one of the young ladies came up to me that I came and sat in the room and didn't say anything. She was meditating. And she was like, you inspired me so much with the praise and worship that you did. She was like, I really pray that you find a way one day to share that with people. She said, because that changed my life. Like, you encouraged me to make it past this round, and I'm going to continue to make it based off of that. Like, you reminded me of while I was here. And she was like, you may not have known this time how to give that to people, what you do in private. But she's like, one day you'll figure it out. And she ended up going to top 20. She went to Hawaii and did all of that. But
Wow.
that was one of the biggest moments that I got from American Idol. And we're still cool to this day and stuff. And her life is beautiful. I see it. I watch her. I send her messages. We talk back and forth. But that was really big for you to just remember to just be yourself and flourish in that. All that you are. Give it all that you got. You deserve 1000% investment in yourself. Because to believe in God is to believe in you. That's the truth.
Yes. And outside of that, you got to give your fears and your worries to God. He'll take care of it. The
I
battle is
got you.
not yours. The battle is not yours.
It's the
Hallelujah.
Lord's.
Let's get it. It's not
It's the
yours.
Lord's.
Yes. So, you and that's what I think we all forget. I mean, and that's for whatever religion you is. I mean, just believing in God, it's a religion itself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But whether you are spiritual or,
Mm-hmm.
even in spirituality, it's, you give it to God, you write your petitions, you pray, you do your rituals and stuff like that. And all those things is giving it to God in your artistic creative way. So I
Mm.
think everybody can resonate with that. Yeah. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of us need to do more of that. Like we sit here and we feel like we got to fight the world. And sometimes you don't. The only thing that you're
No.
supposed to be doing is spreading the word like how you are, spreading information, divine information at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though you didn't move on, but your spirit did through the other woman. You know what I'm saying? Your
Mm-hmm.
energy was still in the room, because
Yeah.
even though she made it to the top 20, when she left the show, it probably inspired something else. It kept going. It was like a small snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
passed on love, you inspired love, and so did she to probably
Yeah.
inspire the actual winner. But yeah, so so after that, what happened after American Idol?
That's when I went home and I wrote So Close. And then I went on Clubhouse Got Talent. And you remember this is when COVID hit. So they did Clubhouse American Idol, Clubhouse Got Talent, Clubhouse, all those different things. And so I went on Clubhouse Got Talent and I won it. And it was an international singing competition. So I won a TV show on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV. And the TV show is called Ariel Reign Almost There, just like the album is. And yeah, it was a blast. It was 11 episodes, one season, and in 1 month I recorded the entire album. The album that you hear today actually was recorded back in 2020. Um, I just spent a lot of time mastering it, adding a couple of things, taking away a couple of things, maturing. Uh, then after the TV show, I decided after the TV show, I decided I wanted to do music full time. And I packed up all my stuff. I packed up my car with my best friend and I moved to Atlanta. And when I went to Atlanta, I won iLounge Atlanta's February competition. So I was on all the major Atlanta stations, was so close and got to do all the interviews and stuff like that. But Memphis was calling me, my heart. And so then I moved to Memphis and I started doing 5 nights a week on Bill Street. And so I was learning Tennessee whiskey and Proud Mary and, learning how to entertain audiences and give a show, sing until 2:30, 3 in the morning because, they throwing tips in the tip bucket. And I started my own band. I was singing with another band at the time. Then I started my own band back in, I'm going to say September of last year.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad you brought that up because I saw that. I thought it was so fire, your whole presentation. And I'm a sucker for a live band. Plus a DJ. I don't know if you have a DJ
mhm,
still, but music sounds so different when it's played in front of live musicianship. Like a lot of people really don't appreciate the quality it brings to the table. It's like a whole
yeah.
nother je ne sais quoi about music. I love digital stuff, what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So a lot of people be thinking I hate technology and I don't. But sometimes it kills the vibe. It does. I want to hear real violin. I want to hear real
You are
drumming.
so cute.
Thank
You are
you.
adorable.
You're so
That's so
cute
adorable.
too.
That's
But I
adorable.
want to hear real piano. It does
Yeah.
something different. Oh, where did she go? But yeah, she'll be back. She probably got a connection situation, but she'll be back. But yeah, back to real. There she go. back to real. There you go. Back to musicianship, like that. And even now, they even say vinyl sales are higher than streaming these days. And
Yeah.
I think that has everything to do with the quality of sound. Like I forgot what they call digital something. Like with the streaming service, it distorts the feel of the music. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like everybody got these AirPods and stuff like that. I think people need to get back to the wire, like how you got the wire.
So, right, I have the wire because my hearing aids died earlier and they're Bluetooth, so I couldn't put those in. I was over it, so I put in my wire headphones. But I want to tell you something.
And look at that, the
Um,
shit be malfunctioning and everything. But go ahead.
So here in Memphis, we have a place called Crosstown Concourse. And Crosstown Concourse has it's almost like Pond City Market in Atlanta, if you've ever been there before. But Crosstown Concourse has museums, art showcases, places to perform, places to drink. And then they have Memphis Listening Lab, which a man donated his entire library of vinyls, and you can go in there and listen to any vinyl. I mean, probably anyone that was made all the way back to like the 60s. And so I was able to go in there and listen to the Thriller album. I mean,
Ah,
the Thriller vinyl, the original, the Purple Rain
ah,
vinyl, Marvin Gaye, Diana
Jesus.
Ross. All, and I put on the headphones and I was crying because streaming doesn't sound like that. You don't get there's it it's different. It's different than concerts. It's different. There's something about that vinyl, the vinyl. And so for my album, I'm gonna make some vinyls. It's gonna be like limited
Yes,
edition,
you gotta
but
put
people
that
have
in
been
the
begging.
finals too, yeah, because it does something different, and you hear major artists talk about that. They're starting to complain about it. I forgot the acronym. There is an acronym, you guys. There is an acronym. It's digital something. It's a technology that all streaming platforms use, as well as like your AirPods is already in your AirPods. So when you're listening to stuff, it's digitalized. It's not the
Okay.
same. Like, I mean, of
Yeah.
course, it wouldn't be a live band, but the quality is different than what it used to be. Even when you listen to radio, like say you're driving in your car and just listening to music, that sound is way different than what it used to sound like back in the
Back
day.
in the day.
Yeah, it's a different
Incomparable.
frequency. That frequency ain't it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I got to see Gladys Knight live a month ago. And you know how they're like, oh, people don't sing like the greats. People don't sing like the greats. From the time that she opened her mouth to the time that she closed it, I could have cried the whole time. It was just something about the the way the old school is. And I'm like old school. I feel like my hair, my vibe, my energy, I
It
that's what
is.
that is, you know what I'm
Like
saying?
you've been here before. Like this ain't
Yeah,
your
like
first career in music. I think you owe it. That's how I say you probably the reincarnation of Billy. I get that
shut up.
essence from you. I'm telling you.
That
I
is so
think, and
romantic.
I know artists be doing photo shoots. I think you need to do like an inspired Billie Holiday shoot. I think you need to get in that vibe.
I'm
Yes,
about
but
to show you something
I
in a
mean,
second.
don't shoot up no heroin and none of that shit. Don't try to.
Uh-uh.
Okay, but
Heroin.
don't take up Billy too much. But I think the sound of your voice, the way you carry yourself, your essence gives me a lot
Yeah,
of
I
Billy.
feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going through it back in the day too though, but yeah. I did have like a back in the day kind of photo shoot not too long ago. Okay, here it is. I found the picture. Well, I don't even know how to flip this camera around on here. Let's just go ahead and show it. Yep.
Oh yeah, you already did it. Look at
Hmm.
that. See, I'm
It
psyched.
wasn't on purpose, but I'm gonna reshoot, and I have music videos and stuff I'm about to film, and
Oh, I'm
it's gonna be.
psychic. That was spot on the motherfucking money right there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm a big fan of like Sade,
Oh,
and
Sade is my girl.
I'm a big
What?
fan.
I love
Hmm.
everything with Sade. Matter of fact, I'm gonna listen to her after I get off of here.
Well, you need to listen to me first before you
Yeah.
listen to
Oh, yeah.
her.
Listen. Well, I've been listening to you, especially in preparation of this interview. So, and that's another reason why I was talking about, how you was able to balance that out because I hear the masculinity. I'm not saying it in the fucked up way. I'm talking
Hmm.
about the assertiveness. I know that you had male influence in your life. You didn't even have to tell me your story the way you did, but I
Yeah.
knew there was like this balance. Like
But Cha Cha, I'm gonna be honest. Like I came out this way.
I believe
I
you.
came out just like,
You woke up like that.
this is what I like. This is what I don't like. A B C D E F G. What? I came out that way. Like I'm way calmer now, I feel like. But as a little girl, I was like, I've always been so sure. Like God blessed me with that. I'm extremely childlike, but very sure. Very much like this is what I like, this is what I don't like, but the freedom to be able to search it all out. And because having hearing loss and wearing hearing aids, I had to be an advocate because if I didn't advocate for myself, I would miss it.
Yes.
If I didn't advocate for myself, I wouldn't be treated properly. If I didn't advocate for myself, um, I don't know what would have happened. I don't know if I'd be.
But was there an instance in your life that woke you up to that? Like, because a lot of people are a result of either their circumstance or experiences. So, what was an experience in your life that let you know you had to be assertive and command the things that you want the way
I
you do?
I think I more so probably had a period in my life. I think I more so had a period in my life where I learned I didn't have to do all that anymore. Like, that's what I'm saying. And this may be deep for some people, and everybody may not agree, but too much of anything isn't good. You can't be strong all the time.
What was
Some
your
stuff is
breaking point? What
seasonal.
was your breaking point that let
Um,
you release that energy?
so like growing up, being an artist, being eclectic, being outspoken. Like I was bullied a lot. I was talked about, pushed aside, ostracized by like my peers, but I was super cool with all the grown people and the adults. And that kind of gave me um I protected myself, I would say. I protected myself, and when you walk around with the protection like on your heart, you automatically offend people on accident. And
Yeah, I do that all the time. But go ahead.
yeah. So like you as a person, because you've been through some things, you may have this guard on your heart. And when you get around people, even though you're not saying it, there's this pushing energy that you're giving people. And it's offensive because it would offend you too. If you're trying to vibe with somebody, but just be cool and you're feeling this, this energy of don't come over here, don't talk to me, even though you're not saying it with your mouth. And I feel like I wouldn't call that a breaking point. But once I realized that I thought I was so responsible for protecting myself, and I have a whole credit, I was so responsible, it was taken away from being able to connect to people effectively, which is essentially what the album is about. Like, if I'm actually cool with me and I love me, I don't actually have a problem with you. I could never have a problem with you because at the end of the day, all of that other stuff is personal. What somebody has going on or how they treat you is very much personal.
About is yeah, it's more about them than it's really about you. They just projecting a lot.
1000%. And
Hell
people
yeah.
say that all the time, but we don't really stop to listen. It's one thing to know something, but it's another thing to apply it. You got to get the application. And so I was tired of knowing it, but not being able to apply it. And that was my point. So I had to just, you know what I'm saying? Just, ooh. So I can go to the room now and vibe with anybody. We can have a different outlook on life, different religions, different anything. It doesn't matter. I love you. I love you. Period.
It sounds
Because I
like you
love me.
surrendered. You surrendered. Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I could be at peace and have freedom and joy for real. Like the last track on the album is called Peace and Where to Find It.
I
And it's
want to play
spoken
a
word.
little bit of it. Like, you
Yeah.
two need to get their shit together. Like, it's annoying, but go ahead. Yes, you guys, I'm gonna have the album in the description after I make my updates to this video. So the link to the album will definitely be up there, so you can click on in the description and you can play it. I might put it up there somewhere too, like that little YouTube thingy up there when I make my updates
Mm.
to this interview. It'll be up here somewhere. Just look out for it. But yeah. So you did the album in the midst of the pandemic, and we seem like we're going through a war now. Um your album is 8 songs.
Yeah.
How you able to drown out the noise of the world and keep that focus? Because if you sit here and was like, you had to do a lot of different edits, you had to make decisions on what's going to go on there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of untapped music that was supposed to be on there. But what
Hmm.
do you do to find that inner peace to drown out all the noise, and produce love? Because when I listen to it, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a whole bunch of love. So how you able to kill the noise and produce such high frequency art?
Um, I finally surrendered, like you said earlier, to the fact that in life there will never be a perfect time. Sometimes you just have to fly.
Yes, leap and fly. See, motherfuckers be scared to take that leap because they feel like they're going to fall. When in
Hmm.
actuality, they going to fly. Niggas be
Hmm.
scared to fly. But go ahead, go ahead.
They be scared to fly. And people think they're afraid to fall, but really you're afraid to fly. You're not afraid to fall. You fall every day when you don't do it. You're good
Preach,
at that.
girl. Yes.
you're you're good at falling. You're good at not doing. You're good at being apathetic. You're good at being lazy. You're good at saying I'm gonna do it tomorrow. You're great at that. You're not afraid to fail. You're afraid to fly. And that's the best question to ask people. Are you afraid are you more afraid of success or are you more afraid to fail? And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm afraid to fail." You're not. You're not. I'm so afraid to fail that I'm gonna get up every day and I'm gonna go for it.
Yes, people are comfortable with failing. Actually, that's their
Yeah.
comfort zone. Because
Yep.
you know why? They don't have to be bombarded with the responsibility.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
They don't want to be responsible, held at
Mm.
a higher regard. Because when you failing, you're not put on no pedestal. You're not, being revered and shit.
Yeah.
When you are flying, people looking at you. They looking at you soar, do things. You don't want the responsibility of success. Amen. Church on a Thursday. Go ahead though.
So, yeah, putting out the album, I did it for my 8-year-old self. I can hear her. I can hear my inner child being like, "You can do it. I believe in you." I was a deep kid. I would pray for myself for right now. I knew to pray for myself in my 20s at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I would look in the mirror and be like, "You're going to be so beautiful. You're going to have it all. You got this. You're going to make sure nobody ever feels the way that you felt. You're going to make sure that people don't feel alone. It's okay." I would say that. And so I'm like, I can't let her down. I remember my reason why. Anybody I ever talk to, I need you to remember your reason. And if you don't have one, then you can find one. You have the choice to find a reason and let it move you.
And motherfuckers need to realize just cause is the beautiful reason in itself. Because I feel like it.
Ah,
That's the reason.
that's
That's
funny.
a beautiful reason in itself.
Just cause. I'm doing
If
it just
that's the
cause.
why, because a lot of people say that shit, remember your why. You hear a lot of motivational speakers always use that line. Remember
Mm-hmm.
the why. And motherfuckers really be sitting back. Well, why did I want to do it? Because, nigga, just because I wanted
Yeah.
to, just because I woke up today and I felt like singing and I couldn't see myself do nothing else. That's the reason. I ain't got no long drawn out story. I wasn't traumatized. It's just because.
Yeah.
And you know, people don't want to accept that that's a good enough answer. In fact, it's an extraordinary answer because for me, it shows that you dare to be bold. You dare to
Mm-hmm.
be great, even though you don't know the circumstances, you don't know how you're going to do it, but you're doing it just because. What?
Mm-hmm.
The audacity that we all
I'm
should
so awesome. I'm so awesome. I'm
have.
so awesome.
Well, I want to
I'm so
show a little
awesome.
clip of you singing and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see.
Holding hands, but you only in my
What's
these
that
are
song?
the words that have written tears. Do you even love me? From song my life to the sound of your empty home. I try so hard, but my love will be gone so far. I knew always gonna leave me on. Things get hard. Always gonna leave me when things get hard. Do you even love me? Run over my having conversations while on bed. Having conversations with myself. See, I'm trying my best. Oh, so close.
I'm sad it cut off. No. You're muted.
It went back to the thing. It went back to the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. But you know what I like? How you go in and out. When you be like da, 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 da. Like when you do that, that should be, I don't know, it does something. It brings like the hair on my
Oh,
arms.
thank
You know, I
you.
be werewolf and I think it's the Puerto Rican side. Yeah. But you know, them shits be standing
That
up.
is
Them
so
shits
funny.
be standing. You know we Puerto Ricans be hairy as fuck. And
Oh
it be
my
like the
God.
whole bush on my back stands
People
up.
always think
Yes.
I'm a Rican. I'm not a Rican.
Huh?
People always think I'm a Rican, but I'm not a Rican.
Oh, I can see the little native something in you because you know we
It's not
Indians, like,
Rican.
Arab, Arawak. You got
It's not Rican though. No.
it's not Rican. Okay.
No. No.
So
But
did you grow up in a biracial or multicultural background?
I am fully black.
Oh, you better get on. You give me Creole vibes, like you know.
No. It's just I come from a light skinned family. We just light skinned. That's all.
Are you sure you ain't got any in the family? Because I see them baby hairs.
So
I
so
see the baby hairs.
there is native. So generations away, there's some native blood, there's some German, there's, all a mix. But I just feel like that's being black in America. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you could have more white in you than I even have in me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because when I did the Ancestry DNA test, they told me I was 73% Nigerian.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
You
It's the
ever
fact
think
that I even said
about
that on
going?
camera. Yeah, so since I'm a, woman that's on that one particular side, so that's 73% literally like West African.
You ever thought about going?
Oh yeah, most certainly. Oh
How
yes.
you
I
feel
want
about Afro beats? You know, because I don't know if you like current with like hip hop. I stay in the hip hop world.
mm,
And one of the things that was coming out was Ebro ass. I don't like him. I tell him to his face, like I really don't. I don't know. Ebro and Rosenberg, I don't know. I don't know why they
mm,
in the culture. I get it, but Anyway, that's just
Mm.
my personal shit. But anyway, so one thing that Ebro was saying, that his people, whoever he be getting his snitch documents from, I don't know, because I think he's the feds. I really do. I think he's hip hop police, but I don't know. But
Like all the
anyway,
conspiracy stuff he was talking about.
I could back my shit up though. But anyway, so one of the things that he was saying was, that music executives and record labels are going to start and streaming services, I guess distributors as well, is going to start focusing on Afro beats. Do you feel like that may be a direction that you want to go, or add that kind of flavor to your music moving forward? And how do you feel about the industry being able to have that much control over, what comes out and what doesn't?
Um, well, for the first part, yes. And Afrobeat is really big in Chicago. So I was exposed to that a lot. I've had a lot of exposure. And it's leaked into R&B, it's leaked into a lot gospel. I just heard Gyra. It was an Afrobeat Gyra the other day. I said, Gyra? The gospel song? Like, um, and then as far as the industry having control, like, um, that might be a little too deep. Well, I think it's tripped out that the people that make the most money off of talent aren't the people that have it.
You say that shit again. Say that was the word. Say it again.
I think it's tripped out that the people that make the most money off of talent don't have it. And really, to me, like without being biased, not being the industry person or the artist, if I remove myself completely, and that seems like a justice, like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, the balance of it all. Imagine if you came into the world a completely untalented person, you too could be at the top, because the artist ain't the one that's always winning, and the executive ain't always the one that's winning. So, yeah, that's what I think. We can leave it there, but that's what I genuinely think.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing that Afro beats is really big in Chicago. You said Memphis too, or just Chicago?
Chicago, I have not heard any Afrobeat down here, not once. But baby,
And
if
get
it
out
ain't
with the
if it
thing.
ain't soul or gospel, baby, you ain't gonna hear it.
Yes. So
Mm.
I know Chicago is also the home of drill music. That's where drill
Lord,
began. So
Lord,
what are your
Lord Jesus.
yes, and the music industry is trying to get out of the drill scene. I think they still taking remnants of it, because I got sons and they teenagers. My oldest is 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I listen because they be playing their music. I can't fault them because I play my music, and plus it keeps me young and keeps me in tune to what's going on. So I'm glad I
Mm-hmm.
got my children, especially when my profession deals in music in the industry. So
Uh,
I'm glad I'm able to have access to the newcomers and shit like that. What I noticed about drill music, a lot of people are starting to actually be more lyrical against the beat, especially these younger rappers. I guess they tired of us of so-called old heads complaining, and
mm,
everybody trying to dismiss how drill started, because it's supposed to be so violent and everything like that. And I think
mm.
the newer generation is kind of taking, because I like some of this new stuff that's coming out. How do you feel drill affected the culture, and do you feel like it's going to have a positive change moving forward?
Is drill gonna have a positive change?
Yeah, because I kind of hear it a little bit. I ain't gonna
Mm,
even hold you. I think some of these artists that I'm hearing, I don't think they're out, but they're very popular, and I hear the change. I kind of do. I'm not gonna even
I
hold you.
think knowing who your audience is important. And there's an audience for negative drill and positive drill. There's an audience for a lot of different things. I don't really know if I have an opinion on it as much because I feel ignorant to the subject, like the actual word ignorant, like a
Oh,
lack of
I'm sorry.
education.
I didn't mean.
And so no, you didn't. No, that's not offensive. Like that's true. Like drill music is big back home, but I was listening to Adele when they was trapping. I didn't do that growing up.
Oh,
at all.
you wasn't having dreams of selling bricks. I get it.
No, no, baby. I was like the
You ain't
weird
had no big dreams
kid.
about running up on the ops.
No, I was listening to Hannah Montana.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Ooh, girl.
Like you got to think like American Idol is Disney. That's ABC. That's you know what I'm saying? I was Disney princess. I mean, my name is Ariel.
Yes.
You better
Yes,
sing, cha
girl.
cha. Yes.
Uh-huh. I be trying a little bit, I
Yeah,
be
I can hear it a
trying
little
to
bit in
grow,
there,
what I'm saying, from
but
time to time.
I just highly doubt that drill will be positive. I don't know about that, but here in Memphis we got like Glorilla and you know, so yeah, who doesn't like Glorilla?
Yeah.
I enjoy her. Now Sexy Red is coming up.
Oh God.
I find
I
myself
don't
just
know. I
saying
think
one
she's too
liners.
gimmicky. It's too. I don't know with her. Sexy. I mean, I like her shit. When women be in a bag, because people be thinking we need to be listening to bars all day. No, I kind of like the little ratchet sometime when, when you with your
Yeah,
girls, getting your little drink on,
just a
you want to
little
talk some
bit.
shit and be raggedy for a few hours. All right, I'm
Mhm.
gonna put on Sexy Red, but I think. I don't know. I question the authenticity. Not only do I question the authenticity, maybe you not be aware of it, but being that we're on a topic and I know people be watching, I just got to say this. I feel like it's gimmicky. And if she's being honest about the shit she's saying, she's giving up too much information. I feel like she's exposing
That's so funny.
street stuff that's not supposed to be exposed if you are a street
Mm,
person. And I think knowing all these RICO cases that's coming out for people using rappers' lyrics and all of that, you giving them signals and code words and things of that street culture that shouldn't be on the mainstream like that. And I think a lot of people could get hurt and you know messed up. Even though I feel like I don't condone that and none of that stuff, but
hmm
knowing the mentality of a street person and that culture, I think Shorty doing too much. I really do. And you don't have to respond to that. I just, doing it for the audience because
Okay.
in the world of hip hop and being that we are talking about the situation, I just felt compelled to say that to my audience
Yeah.
about that topic because I think she's doing a little bit too much. That's what
Speak your
makes me,
piece. All right
yeah,
now.
that's what makes me not believe her. I think that's what makes me think of it's gimmicky because yeah, you want to be raw, you want to do things or whatever the case may be. I get that. That's hip hop. I get that. But it's some things that you should just leave in the street because it could impose a threat. Somebody could get locked up. Another RICO case could happen. We already see what's happening to Thug as, and with
You
all
basically
this,
like, girl, shut
yeah,
up.
even Prodigy, my fellow conspiracy theorist, rest in peace to Prodigy. He talks about hip hop police. 50 Cent talks about hip hop police. That is a reality. And now with these
hmm
RICO charges coming down on these rappers, using their lyrics, I think you her doing it so freely like that, I don't know. It makes me feel like that shit ain't real. Like she don't really come from that. She's just doing it to entice,
Get it back and go home.
yeah, a
Yeah.
fan base, But I don't think she's
hmm
really about that life, or she wouldn't be saying certain things. But anyway, back to Ariel. Moving forward, we got the new. Hold on, I want to showcase the new project. Still, I want to go back and I want to put that back on the screen. Hold on one second. Where's the? There you go. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So this is out now. Oh, one of the things I did wanted to ask you, and then we'll wrap it up because we've been talking for a minute. I want you to rest that pretty voice of yours. You said you did a lot of editing, but the album is already out. Is there a song that you took off but second guessed it and felt like you should have left it? And if so, can you sing that song?
I did not. I
Okay.
actually added two things to it because it was going to be six at first. I added the opening and the closing poem. Um, there's power in words, like singing them, all of that. But when you listen to the poems, I'm really touching on and speaking to that inner you, that inner person. Like, I realize that positivity and joy and believing in butterflies and rainbows is not the cool thing anymore. It's not. But I feel like people desperately need it. You cannot stay so present in this world. It's too much back and forth, too much riffraff, too much negativity, too much hate. It's too much going on. So I made sure that I created an album that was a safe space to heal, a safe space to be you, and a safe space to reflect on what's really affecting you and how you really feel so that you can heal. And that's what it's about. Especially Jasmine spoke to me, the one that's up on the screen.
Yeah, I think I could play the poem. Hold on. I
Yeah.
think I could play the poem without getting messed up. So, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, Jasmine spoke to me.
Crazy thing about all this is I saw it before it happened. In my dreams, in the sobriety of life, as a child on the swing set reaching for the sky, touching it. I lived in fairy tales, I swam in the waters of heaven. I believed in myself without measure. I knew flowers could speak because jasmines always spoke to me. Daisies are pure, water is fresh, oils are anointed. There is a shade of green you've never seen before, where the grass doesn't wither, where the sun doesn't stop shining, where butterflies float without fear of destruction, where he sits with you as you eat your favorite meal, a place you learn your true value, where we go up unceasingly when we choose to joy and hover over our perspective, where meditation gets you close to your source, where love ruminates, it heals and covers. I'm not scared like I used to be. I trust myself more. I trust myself more. I choose love. I chose it even when it couldn't find me. As a small child, hated. As a small child, bullied. I still choose love. I knew there'd come a day when the sun would shine so bright. I'd see something I'd never seen before. I saw myself how God sees me. I understand the sovereignty of that. Rain. I faced all my fears. I understand the audacity of that. Ariel. It's time to share. And welcome to the world where glitter does gold. Growing up doesn't have an instruction manual. If we're all honest, we're winging it. It's the truth that keeps us. I can breathe again when I see an honest smile. Hopefully, we bring that to you. Honesty and the freedom of it.
Hey, you're muted.
You can't hear me. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Yeah, so you added the intro and outro, and the project itself is such a beautiful piece. I wish I could play more without getting in trouble for it. But yeah, so it's out now. You still doing your performances. So
Yeah.
what's next?
So, I'm a Memphis music ambassador with Music Export Memphis, and my band and I we go on tour for the next 2 months. We'll be somewhere near you. Um,
Yes, you need to come to New York.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Cha Cha,
What?
let's talk, okay?
Let's
Seriously,
do it.
let's talk.
And I want to be. If you doing a show out here, let me
And see,
ladies and
okay,
gentlemen, to the stage. You
to
know
the
what they
stage.
call that type of people? I think Ray Charles had it. Like the guy, the presenter.
It's like an MC or a hype person, like a hype.
Yeah, like you gotta have me do something like that, or just
Yeah.
let me stand there and be pretty. That's all.
Yeah, let's put
But
a
I'd
show
rather be.
together. Yep,
Yes, let's
we already
do it.
have like 3 cities on the roster. It's going to be announced. But I would love to come to New York and do a show.
Yes,
Yes,
let's
and
do
have
it.
other artists join, and it be a safe space, and we put on a real show for people to come out to and have a great
Ariel
time.
Reign and friends.
Yeah.
The band pop out. Oh, we could throw in like some hip hop artists because I
Yeah.
love hip hop behind a live band too. What?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get like a dope venue and shit.
Yeah.
I would say Blue Note Jazz Club. I could see you at the Blue
I
Nose
would love
Jazz
that.
Club,
Mm-hmm.
reincarnated as Billy. Yes, there's a few spots in Harlem too, and they got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of new dining areas that have like live band performances and stuff like that. I think that would be so sexy for you. But hell yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta talk, girl. We
Yeah.
gotta talk. But
Let's do it.
anyway, so before we leave, can you bless us with another song? It could be on the album or anything you want to have our ears listen to at the moment.
Um, hmm. There's a song on the album called Dream Chasing. It is about to be at 1,000 streams already on Spotify alone, right? Super exciting because it just came out. And it's about being far away with your boo on an island somewhere, and it's just y'all, and it's easy, but it's deep at the same time. And it goes like, dream chasing, champagne wishing, midnight kissing, just wanna be with you. Dream chasing, champagne wishing, midnight kissing, just wanna be with you. Interviews all day vibing, drop top writing, just wanna be with you. Interviews all day vibing, drop top writing, just wanna be with you. Just wanna be with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you. Whoa. Hoping and wishing, midnight on a mission in full submission. Just wanna be with you. And it's like an island vibe beat. Hoping and wishing, midnight on a mission in full submission. Just wanna be with you. Me and you all day vibing. Drop top riding, scuba diving, yeah. Me and you play fighting, go kart riding, scuba diving, yeah. Just wanna be with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you. Whoa. That's Dream Chasing.
Yes. Well, I feel like you was talking to me because, girl, you ain't got to say nothing but a word. We can vibe anytime you motherfucking want to. Like, that's it. It's already in the ethers. It's all happening.
Oh,
Girl, you
yes.
ain't got a bag? No, let me stop. Nah,
You're
that's
so silly.
beautiful. Yes, and you know what I feel like? A lot of people, especially in R&B, I don't want to put you in that R&B box, though, because I feel
Hmm.
like it's more to it than that. But ain't nobody talking about love anymore. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's reflecting not only the lack of church, but the lack of love, period. Like, even if you don't go to church, it's like nobody experiencing love. There's no um what they call that shit. There's no soundtrack to love anymore. And I
Yeah.
think that's reflecting on people's behavior, how we treat one another, how we even talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Now don't get it
Hmm.
twisted. There's a time and place for ratchetness. Anybody knows that is me. I'm guilty of it.
Period.
But
There
at
is.
the
You
end
ain't
of
never lied.
the day, there needs to be that balance. Like, where's the
Hmm.
balance? It's too much hood shit, too much ratchet shit, too much over sexual shit. And even though R&B talks about love and love making, but there was some type of finesse to it. It made you want to fall.
Yeah.
This new music is just bang, 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 boom. We get our nut. I give me the rag, let me wipe off, and then I'm up off this.
Ooh,
Here's the
yeah, you're
fucking,
right. Yeah,
here's the kissing me on
it's
my neck
here.
and
It's the
shit.
album. The whole album is about love. It's about
Yes.
love with yourself, love with somebody else. My song "Oh Baby" is about how love is a little infinity if it doesn't last. It,
Especially in this day and age, love is
oh yeah.
microwavable. It's like you
Oh
be in love for
God.
like a month, and then after that is over, and it's like, damn, what happened?
Right. And then that'll be on your
Everything
mind
was
for
just a
3
week ago.
years after that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
well, that's why, I appreciate dope music that you're producing. That's why, because it really takes me to that place and it really gives me hope, especially someone as young and vibrant as you. I love looking at the newer generations coming in and seeing what type of time they on. I'm kind of proud. I'm not gonna even hold you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a millennial, but I know a lot of generational X's. They
Mm.
talk shit. Some millennials do too. I'm a OG millennial, and I know we used to be afraid about the new generation and everything like that. But I'm not gonna even hold you. Listening to some of the underground new drill that's coming out, as well as listening to singers come out, and y'all being young, I got hope. Like, I think y'all gonna change the way music sound, especially since y'all appreciating vinyl. My son, he's 20, he appreciates vinyl. Like,
I'm
I'm
gonna do it
trying to see
then.
time go backwards. People may not see it yet because they still on these current artists, but I'm talking about the future, like the
Mm-hmm.
next ups. I see something different. I like where it's going. I'm just saying, how you feel about it?
Um, yeah. Let's blow the roof off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Party
my
ain't got no
energy. Blow
roof.
the roof off this sucker. Yeah, so
Let's
before
get
we
it.
go, any last words you would like to tell everybody? And please tell everybody where they can find you and your music.
Um, well, if you watched this and you got all the way to this point, I pray that you got something that you needed. And if you're lost, the best part about being lost is that you can be found. It's gonna be okay.
Hallelujah.
It's gonna be all right. You can find me at arielreign.com. Ariel like the mermaid, rain as in royalty.com. At Ariel Reign Music on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And you can stream my brand new album, Ariel Reign Almost There, available everywhere, anywhere that you listen to music. And thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Cha Cha, for having me. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly, and I'm going to share this with everybody.
You better, girl. But yes, I truly appreciate you. We got to think of something for New York. We got to come up with like a dope showcase. It got to be
Yeah.
dope. It got to be different. It really got to take it there. Bring that old school essence back, but with a new flavor. Yes, I can see
Mm-hmm.
it all. I can smell it. But yeah, thank you so much, Ariel Reign, for pulling up to Live at Radio. This musical interview was so inspiring, so many jewels, and for a young artist like you are wise beyond your years. Like, I
Thank
could sit
you.
here and have whole girlfriend conversation. I know I could talk to you about everything, even
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
that
you
we
can.
can't talk about on the motherfucking
On the
camera.
live.
And I
Yeah.
really, appreciate not only your talent but your brain power. You are definitely a force to be reckoned with such class and poise. I could learn a
Thank
thing or
you.
two from you about that, because I'll be in your face all. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you gotta dial that shit back and
It
bring
can
back
all be
finesse.
used. It can all be
Yes,
used.
yes. I use you in the best way. But hell
Mm.
yeah, thank you so much for everything. And I wish
Mm.
you peace, love, and happiness, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let me go and say my goodbyes to the fam. But trust me, I really appreciate you. I salute you.
Thank you so much. Until next time, y'all. See you.
Till next time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ariel Reign definitely in the building. Such a work of art. Please go listen to her album. Like we said before, it's being streamed everywhere. And since you already watching on YouTube, go type her name in the search bar and go listen to her new project, Almost There, ladies and gentlemen. It's something. Yeah, go get your little honey dip. Go get whoever you Netflix and chill with, and vibe out to these sensual tunes. And poetic awareness. Like it's so beautiful. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now and being involved in this. Oh, here she goes. She put her at up there. There goes her at, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, one of the things that I really took from this interview that I felt like was so important was her testimony about self-doubt and looking at the frequency of this world. I think a lot of people go through that because we're such in the microwavable era. We give motherfuckers who don't have talent, like she said, all the control to pick and choose what is talent. That shit doesn't make sense and is ass backwards. We need to get out of that mentality. But I kind of want to show y'all the Nelson Mandela poem again. I kind of want to read that to you because that shit resonated. I do tarot readings now a little bit, and I was on Instagram doing a tarot reading, and it seems like that was the theme of the readings, and it seems like it fell into this interview. So, you know, if you guys missed it, even if you didn't miss it, I feel like it's important for me to share this poem one more time for the people in the back, so it could be seared in your mind, so that tomorrow when you out there facing the fucking world, you at your best and not afraid to be at your best, because it's very needed. You probably are the answer, but how are we going to have the answer or the solution to the problems if you scared? Stop living in fear. Stop, get rid of that imposter syndrome. Stop talk words and spells. I mean, I don't think you should be doing spells on other people, but a lot of us do spells on ourselves. We stagnate our own progress by living in fear and talking to ourselves in a negative way, doubting ourselves, or being scared to shine because we think we other people are going to get offended, or we think we're not going to be able to fit in, and motherfuckers is going to start hating. We are scared of haters. Fuck them goddamn haters. Goddamn it. Fuck them all. Okay? Fuck them all. We can't continue to have them or allow them to have that much power over us because you want to fit in. Fit in where? You wasn't born to fit in. You wasn't born to fit in. That's why everything is so boring now. Everybody doing the same thing, talking the same way, dressed in the same way. Nobody don't got no style. Everybody look crazy as fuck, sound like parrots. We need to get out of that energy and be our true, authentic selves, unapologetically, God damn it. Okay? And with that being said, I'm going to end it with this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world at all, goddammit. It doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Fuck them haters. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, but it's in every one of us. That's why there shouldn't be no such thing as hater, because you special too. Instead of focusing on somebody else's night, you need to do the things necessary to bring out your light. There is no competition. There's room for all of us. And before I move on, I just got to say this. We are born to be at a high frequency, to live well. That self-doubt, imposter spirit blocks us from our blessings. And since the world is in that imposter syndrome, on top of every negative thing that they throw at us, we reject love. Not just love from others, but love for ourselves. And love is the highest frequency. It emanates, it radiates back out into the ethers. And it will change not just this world, but the universe. The universe, Craig. Let me go back to reading the poem. We were born. Wait, hold up. I'm going to rewind. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Nelson Mandela, 1994. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into Live at Radio. Let go of that motherfucking fear. Let go of thinking small or putting yourself in the box to make other people feel comfortable. You gotta think big, bitch. This is a thing, a real, whatever. Think big, bitch. I'm gonna post that on my Instagram. Think big. You're thinking small. You gotta think big, bitch. And not just think big, be big, act big, talk big, create big. Okay? Everybody wants you to edit yourself to make them motherfucking feel comfortable. Don't humble yourself. And I learned the true definition of humbling. Next time a motherfucker says to humble yourself, that's a clue who your hater is. They want you to minimize yourself so they can feel comfortable because they feel awkward. Fuck them haters. Got my blood pressure all up and shit. And with that being said, you have a good night, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. Until next time. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and share. But most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification bell. ChaChaLive.media. Let's get it.